Here's that infamous building as they get it ready to murder babies. Here we are on 2140 Babcock Road on this Thursday, the 23rd of
We want to welcome everyone today on this important news conference, and we appreciate your time and efforts of being here today. My name is Mike Kanufke, and I'm with the San Antonio Family Association, and we're a coalition to stop abortion in San Antonio. We believe that it's time that San Antonio had a real candid conversation about what will be going on in this building right behind me. Behind us represents the new Planned Parenthood abortion-only facility for the whole region, West Texas, South Texas, and the Hill Country. That's roughly 7 million people in that vicinity. The contractors, the subcontractors don't even know what's going on here. As a matter of fact, they used a shell corporation, a shell name, to get the contract going. If that's the case, I mean, Planned Parenthood is always talking about all the good they do, especially for the poor and those that can't afford it. So what's with the sneakiness of the contractors, the subcontractors, not knowing who this is? This facility's only purpose is to perform abortions. It's 20,000 square feet of killing machine in the medical center that was designed, mind you, designed back in 1960 to heal Texans and not kill Texans. So I'd like to introduce our first speaker. He is Brad Wheeler, and he represents the San Antonio Family Association, and he has a message on this facility and what we're all about. Brad?
Yes, I do think that the fact that this facility was entered into deceitfully, that contractors are working on a project that many would find morally apprehensible is a problem, and it's something for us to be concerned about. But in addition to that, I think we need to look at the whole issue of abortion. This is a facility dedicated to terminating pregnancies. And what do you terminate when you terminate a pregnancy? You terminate a life. When we look at the Roe v. Wade decision, Justice Blackmun specifically said that abortion was permissible because we don't know when life begins and because people disagree about that. Today, that is not true. It wasn't true then, and it is not true now. We know when life begins. We know that at conception, there is unique human DNA formed, that the baby begins growing, responds to stimuli, meets all the requirements of biology one-on-one definitions of a life form. We have human life being destroyed in our city, and our city is going to become the abortion capital for the region, and for that reason, the public needs to be informed of what is taking place behind us.
Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that. Our next speaker is Phil Sevilla. Phil represents the Texas Leadership Coalition, and he has a great message for us today. Here, Phil.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody here who's come out to defend the sanctity of life. I'd like to report to you, I have been working against Planned Parenthood in California, New Mexico, and now in Texas. We find investigative reports of live action of documented evidence of Planned Parenthood facilities covering up botched abortions in their facilities. It is more common than you think. Operation Rescue has documented many emergency calls to 411 from Planned Parenthood facilities. The investigative reports of Life Dynamics show evidence that Planned Parenthood conceals the sexual exploitation of children and protect predators who commit these crimes. We demand that Jeffrey Hans, President and CEO of Planned Parenthood South Texas, publicly state their business policy about admitting minors for abortions without parental consent and accepting money to increase their profits from predators of minor girls. Planned Parenthood South Texas 2000 annual report reports revenue stopping $10 million. That's a lot of abortions and abortion-related services. Abortion income in Planned Parenthood facilities represents over 50% of Planned Parenthood's business revenues. This facility is strictly going to be doing abortions. Planned Parenthood services is not about women's health care. It is about profit. It's time to stop all government funding of Planned Parenthood facilities. Planned Parenthood has received over $8 billion in taxpayer money. Unfortunately, most of the services provided by Planned Parenthood is not medical care. This organization, the largest abortion enterprise in the country, has killed more than 6 million innocent preborn children since abortion was legalized. We are here to let Jeffrey Hans and the Board of Directors of Planned Parenthood of South Texas and their staff know that we, the pro-life community of San Antonio, will confront you and your bloody business in your Babcock abortion facility to expose what you do to all your neighbors, all your neighbors and all good people of San Antonio who value the sanctity of life. San Antonio is for children and families. You are not.
Thank you, Phil. We'd like to also welcome Ruben is going to discuss Students for Life of America. Ruben?
Good afternoon. My name is Ruben Ambrosty and I represent Students for Life of America. Today we stand outside of a $6.5 million clinic led by the world's largest abortion provider. Planned Parenthood is a billion-dollar organization that takes millions and millions of our tax dollars every year. Planned Parenthood doesn't just target U.S. citizens, but targets the youth of our nation. 2 universities and 7 high schools are located within 5 miles of this Planned Parenthood. And this isn't a coincidence. 80% of all Planned Parenthoods are located within 5 miles of a high school or college campus. And 44% of all abortions are performed on college-aged women. They say they provide counseling, but Planned Parenthood's job is not to truly counsel women, but to sell abortions to meet their abortion agenda. They discourage women by saying that they cannot be a mother and have an education. They say this would be the easiest thing to get rid of the problem. This is not helping women, this is making women a dollar sign in Planned Parenthood's eyes. Students for Life of America is taking the truth about Planned Parenthood college campuses with our Planned Parenthood project, educating students about their corruption and their sketchy business practices. Planned Parenthood knows young people are vulnerable and abuses their vulnerability to sell their radical pro-abortion agenda. For every 1 adoption referral, Planned Parenthood does 145 abortions. Our organization has been on over 50 campuses across the country with this project, and our statistics that we state are from Planned Parenthood's actual annual report. We have seen availability in Planned Parenthood drop because students no longer want to be associated with them, with an organization that is so corrupt and misleading. Jeffrey Hans, the president and CEO of Planned Parenthood in South Texas, says he estimates the new center will perform about 2,800 abortions a year, an increase of 1,000 over a number provider 2 years ago. Planned Parenthood is not just targeting people of San Antonio, they're targeting citizens of South Texas. Mother Teresa of Calcutta at the 1994 National Prayer Breakfast said, "Any country that accepts abortion is not teaching its people to love, but to use violence to get what they want. This is what the great destroyer of love is, abortion." We need to stop and show Planned Parenthood and our government that we will not be silenced. It is time that we as a community put an end to the corruption of Planned Parenthood and stop the prey of my generation. We will continue to fight to see that abortion is abolished in our lifetime. Thank you.
Wow, Ruben, thank you very much. That's from the students' mind. Now, just very quickly, I'd like to introduce Weston Martinez. He has some words, and we'll wrap this up. Weston?
Thank you for having me. Well, we're joined by a great amount of people that are here today. I want to say thank you for all y'all that are here. Let's give a hand for life. And specifically, we want to thank San Antonio Family Association and the other different groups. Yeah, God bless you too. We're glad your mother didn't abort you. We're thankful for the people that have shown up here today to defend life. We talked about the fact that this is a murder clinic that has been built to meet the statute of the law. So now, pro-lifers, we know that instead of having to go to abortion clinics all over South Texas, there's only one spot we need to come to protect life. And this is that opportunity. We have to make sure that we're vigilant from the city level to the state level, because now, you know, we've talked about baby Moses law and how provident of a God we serve, that we have a fire station less than 800 feet away to where we can talk to people about the opportunity and the reality that there is another way besides choosing death. It's going to be a very, very ground zero battle from here on out at this location as we move to the next step at making abortion illegal in the state of Texas. And I think that everybody here would agree that we would like to have abortion made illegal in the state of Texas. Am I right? But it is going to take all of us united together for life to prevent the death of the next generation in South Texas and in San Antonio. Thank you all for being here today, and again, thank the organizations represented.
Thank you, Weston. Appreciate it. And just to wrap this up, we brought some different perspective here today, and it's very important that we take to heart some of the things that were said. You know, I couldn't help but notice the Animal Defense League here not too long ago and what they've been able to accomplish, if you've seen any of their commercials, what have you. And our own city has just passed budgets the last couple of years to increase by hundreds of thousands of dollars, mind you, the no-kill pet shelters. If you're not aware of this, you need to be aware of this. Society now has the hard question to ask themselves, and that is, are we really putting pets before people? Really? That's where we're headed? See, what we're looking for here in San Antonio is the no baby kill or no kill baby shelters in this city. And we know we can get it done because over 50% of Texas believes that abortion is wrong. Over 50%. And we also have the Baby Moses law that abortion is not even necessary anymore. Abortion with a Baby Moses law is any mother who decides to give up her child after 60 days of birth can turn that child in, as Weston just indicated, to all types of facilities, and the state of Texas will raise that child to adulthood. What about adoption? I happen to have 4 adopted children myself. I had to go to another country to get to adopt my children because there are no children available. None, no children available here in Texas. And if you're lucky, you're the 1 out of 30 qualified couples with a loving home that could actually adopt a child. These speakers today have some real compelling, rational reasons that we need to know what's going on here in the medical center that was designed to heal people and not kill people. For more information, we ask you to go to bloodmoneysa.com. That's bloodmoneysa.com, and we will have all types of material and information and resources so that you can read and become educated yourself. I want to thank everyone for being out here today, especially for the pro-lifers, and for your time out of your busy schedule in the middle of the day to show your support for this cause. Thank you and have a good day.
Hey Mike, thanks guys. Can we add Dina? She's with the Neighborhood Association.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We can always edit the video. It's our
this is Tina with the Neighborhood Association right behind us, right?
Yes, I live in this neighborhood, and I do not wish for this type of business to be in my neighborhood. On top of that, we're having a lot of people coming by honking horns as evidence. Basically, it'll cause a lot of disturbance, basically to our everyday, family life. There's a school in this neighborhood, and all these children are going to be seeing, could possibly be seeing photographs of babies, who have been aborted, so that is also very disturbing for them to view, but it's also very real. So this is not a place that is amenable to having this type of business here.
Mike, can I add something?
The press conference is kind of over, but they're also making a documentary of what's going on here. If anybody wants to come up and speak, or anybody, please, because we have the ability to edit and make you look good. So if anybody wants to come up and speak so we can record it, come on up. Come on. Just, if I may say, just keep it concise and to the point, and we'll keep the camera rolling.
Yeah, I just want to make the analogy. In this court of law, the person is innocent until proven guilty. There seems to be a big debate about the subject of an unborn child's status as not as a human being so much as a person. How about the unborn child is a person, unborn human being is a person until proven otherwise. And based on the preponderance of evidence, by the way, definitely human being. Thank you. Look at the grandparents, the siblings, everybody that already knows it's a person before they're born, including the mother.
Sir?
I have just two comments to make. We seem to be very, very concerned about civil liberties. Our president goes in front of the United Nations and he points to Ferguson about civil liberties. General Eric Holder goes to Ferguson, talks about civil liberties. This is the primary civil liberties abuse right here, abortion. Let's talk about the health issues. We've had one Ebola death, one, and everybody's in crisis. Look at the massive murder right here. Let's get a sense of proportion. That's it. Two things.
Thanks, Doc. I appreciate it.
Keep going, Linda.
Hey, Linda.
Hello, I'm Linda Schluter. I'm an attorney with Trinity Legal Center, and we've been working with ladies who have had an abortion. And we know what happens to these women with the severe physical and psychological problems that they endure and suffer following an abortion. But the state of Texas has offered a wonderful alternative, and that's with the Baby Moses or the Safe Haven laws, where a mother does not have to kill her child, but she can give her child to the state within the first 60 days of the baby's life, with no questions asked, no penalties, no prosecution for abandonment, and this child has an opportunity for life. What a blessing this is, and we certainly give thanks to our Texas legislature for its wisdom and its leadership, as Texas was the first state to do the Baby Moses law, and now so many states have followed in our stead. Thank you.
Hello. I just wanted to speak and say that when you're 16 and pregnant, it's really scary. But knowing that you have a life inside of you, sometimes you have to make drastic decisions. And it's not easy ever considering abortion, which is why I couldn't do it. 16, a junior in high school, it's not the life that all the young mothers choose, but you understand the consequences for the actions that you're doing. I can say without a doubt that without having my son, I would not be the woman I am today. And coming home to a child that loves you is worth the pain, it's worth the suffering, and it's worth all the hardships to raise a young child. You know, it's not the best choice, but it is the greatest decision I've ever made in my life. And I just want all the young moms to know out there that it's worth it. It's so very worth it. And God bless this young child for making me raise myself and making me raise him. Thank you.
21 years ago, we were there. We were in fear and not knowing what to do, but we chose life for our daughter, who's not with us today, but her name is Amanda, to be loved, and all children were meant to be loved, and we are just so thankful that we had the support that we needed. But there are women out there, they do not have the support they need. They hear the excuses of our society that they shouldn't be here, they should be going to places like this place to kill their babies, but that's not the right choice, and we all know that. And we need to be here for these women, because there are choices that can be made that will bring life into this world, the life that is so needed in this world. These are our children here today with us. This guy right here, he's very shy. He was born on January 22nd, 5 years ago. His name means Prince Who Will Conquer, and we know that there is a Prince who will conquer all things, Jesus Christ. We are so thankful that he is there in our lives.
Very good.
And just one more thing, just to say a little bit of good news out there. We're out praying in front of the other Planned Parenthood just a little bit down the road the other day, and a family that didn't know what to do came up, and we were able to tell them about the free clinic just down the street, and they immediately closed the door of their car without ever getting out, drove just a couple doors down and went in, and when we had finished our hour of prayer and walked out, they were still there. So that's just at least one life and 3 souls that have been saved from the horror of abortion.
Thank you very much. One more today, just a second.
Hello, I'm Kelly with the San Antonio Coalition for Life. I want to thank everyone who came today and everyone who does come to the sidewalk to pray for these women. As I said, these women often are in times of crisis, are in need of supplies, resources, financial help. I want everyone to know that there's lots of different organizations around the city that can help you with that. And if you need some help, please give us a call and we can do whatever we can. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Okay, we're wrapping it up. Thank you so much for everybody's testimonies, and if you would go to the website again, it's bloodmoneysa.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.